Hello guys, welcome to the channel. Bob here, back in EverQuest on Project 1999, but we're doing something different today, not just from a race point of view, but also just we're trying something different. Let's wait till we get in. It probably become apparent straight away. Hopefully, if we get in, and oh my god. And I'm on red. Oh, okay. I'm on red and I'm still alive. Well, there you go. I kind of half expected to just log in and die, basically. I don't know why. Probably reading the forums too much, I think, is what causes that. Let's just move my crap around. Yes, I'm playing on red. I've kind of been meaning to give it a go for a while. No particular reason, other than sort of just looking for a different type of experience, a different sort of what would you call it? A different culture, I think, different way to experience the game. I thought it might be quite fun. I'll muck about with the UI a bit more later, but I won't bother about it too much now. We'll close the songs one, put the group one down there. Okay, so here we go. Let's go and turn in. My thing. Yeah, I've been thinking about playing red for quite some time, just for the reasons that I noted. Just looking for a completely different experience. I've never done any PvP on EverQuest before. I don't know why I'm so jumpy, but also in first person. It seems a bit pointless. Yeah, I've never done any PvP in EverQuest. I did quite a lot in Ultra Online, particularly around the time where you could only PvP in Ultra Online. It was there was only PvP on the servers, and I was okay at it. I quite enjoyed it. And obviously this is a third person. This is generally a first person stroke sort of third person game. Whereas Ultra Online was kind of isometric view. But yeah, that's all right. It's I'm kind of used to getting killed a lot. And losing stuff, on Ultra Online, you didn't really have magic items that you, or certainly when I was playing it, that you lost. Most of the best items were sort of character made, sort of player made, really. So it wasn't too bad in that regard. I'm not going to need that, I'm assuming. Let's just memorize these. Yeah, so you would lose your armor and some weapons and stuff, but they were pretty easy to come by because they were crafted by players. So it wasn't too much of a problem. I don't think there's any item loss in this anyway, so it's kind of irrelevant really. But yeah, it's I'm quite looking forward to it. It's looking on the forums. I know that the community on here gets a bit of a bad rap. And I think, to be fair, for whatever reason, PvP in games generally does attract, well, just more dickheads than normal, I suppose. More kind of confrontational, people with issues, maybe, kind of thing. But also, I've kind of seen some sort of posting on the forums. There seems to be some good people here as well, people who kind of want to play it in the right spirit. I've kind of got no issue with being killed over and over again. If someone wants to do that, it's fine. I can always log out and come back later, or just take it on the chin. Yeah, a bit stubborn in that regard. So I'm not too bothered about dying in PvP. It's just part of the game. I think it's what's gonna happen. Obviously, I'm more concerned about sort of having to read and sort of see offensive stuff in game. Stuff that I kind of wouldn't put up with in real life. That's that sort of thing. But that's how it goes. But yeah, we'll see what happens. I'm playing a shaman, barbarian shaman, for no other reason than the fact that I'm sort of familiar with the shaman to a certain extent, and also he's got he runs fast essentially. I'm assuming that things like maybe snare and root overwrite Spirit of Wolf possibly. But yeah, I've got the option of running fast, which I think might be quite handy. I think a lot of people stack magic resistance, so dots might be quite good. Sticking a dot on someone's going to be pretty painful, I would imagine. Certainly when you get up higher levels and you get some of the bigger ones, I'm not sure how Shaman performs generally in PvP. As I said, you can run fast, you can root, you got some nukes, that kind of thing. But yeah, sort of from my own point of view, not having any experience, I imagine it's probably going to be quite painful early on. Well, I'm still alive. I haven't been ganked or griefed off the server yet so far. So that's pretty good. I think the server population is really low, and I know that a lot of the people who actually care about the server, it's a bit of a concern for them. I don't know what to do about it, really. I guess it's I guess the server's just got that reputation for being the sort of place where you log in and you get griefed off of it. It's just one of those things. I think you just got to suck it up and hopefully kind of get where you need to go. But yeah, looking around here, there was about 40 people on the server a little while ago. So yeah, it's pretty quiet. That's not to say someone won't just turn up out of the blue and kill me, but hopefully it won't be too bad. I think because I'm kind of starting off on a new server, I've got no equipment to twink with. I think that's pretty good. I think there are people on the server who do help out, and I certainly won't be turning any help down. But yeah, it's just interesting because you're starting off as EverQuest was meant to be played, really. With nothing essentially, and everything is hard earned. So that should be interesting. I need to look at some of the quests for Halas actually, so I can just get myself some. All these guys are yellow cons, just so I can kind of do some hand-ins, get myself some armor, some starting armor and that kind of thing. It's not far, level 9. It's not far to Spirit of Wolf, so that would be awesome. And I'm still alive, as I keep saying. I haven't been killed yet. It does. When you're used to Spirit of Wolf, it feels so slow when you haven't got it. Holy smokes! Is that a decaying skeleton, or is that vengeful lyricist? We'll avoid that. You kind of when you sort of start a new character and you're not twinked, you can't just sort of go running in, and on blue by now I would be running into all the yellow cons and giving them a kicking, but not here, not when you're starting afresh. But there are there are literally no no white con mobs. I was hoping for a few more decaying skeletons and yeah, a few more gnolls and whatnot, but there's literally nothing here. Maybe I need to go through to the open area. I'm not sure if Halas particularly is a busy, or Everfrost is a particularly busy area. I'm the only player here, so at the moment there's little chance of getting involved in any PvP. But that'll be quite interesting when it comes along. Quite interesting, sort of looking at that and seeing how it goes. I would imagine that you kind of become pointless just running backwards and forwards. I imagine you kind of arguably become better at your class when you're PvPing. You've got to be just for regards to knowing what spells to use at the right times, reactions, that kind of thing. Sort of how the game works, how some of the systems work within the game. It's stuff that you kind of maybe wouldn't get into, wouldn't notice on the blue server. Not sure, but it's kind of, I'm mostly here for as I said, for a different experience, so a different type of interaction, different type of atmosphere. Just to see what it's all about, what people are like, and it's awesome. It's someone should put a OOC out there. Thunderstorms in the RHIP area. Please be advised, camp out safely. Okay. Does that mean thunderstorms in real life? So camp out, because you might get a electricity spike or something. Yellow cons, we'll leave those alone. I believe there's a bit of an XP bonus. It was changed, but I still think from 1 to 50 there is a bonus. I think at level 1 it's 100%. And it sort of scales down 2% at a time, so level 2 it's 98%, etc, etc. So yeah, that will help along. You're going to get to a point where you're suddenly going to start feeling a bit more painful. I picked a barbarian shaman essentially because as I said, from a shaman point of view, I want to know just starting off with something familiar, so I'm kind of aware of, of what I'm doing to a certain extent. Is that Vengeful Lyricist again? Yeah, for God's sake. Yeah, and also a good race. You know, there's no XP penalty, and I do really quite like the way barbarians look in some of their armour. Polar Bear Cub, Yellow Cons. Yeah, these things just whip my butt really. Why are there not more level 1 mobs outside? I like Everfrost and running around it and stuff. I think it's pretty awesome. And oh, bloody hell. Polar Bear is I'm really noobing out at the moment. Polar Bear has aggroed me here, so you know, I've got no nuke, so I have to see how it goes. I guess, I mean, I don't know how long this will go on for. I'm not sure if it'll be a sticker or not. You know, I think from a server point of view, you know, I think it's I think leveling up is going to be a lonely process. For someone like myself, though, as I'm sure you can probably imagine, you know, I don't have too much of a problem with that. You know, I'm not I don't go out of my way to get into groups. I'm sort of more of a lone wolf. I don't know how that will translate onto the server here, and I'm not even sure if I've kind of made the right class choice, as always, you know. Oh god damn it! Oh my god. Okay. That was pretty crap. I hate I love Everfrost Peaks, but I hate the start because they're just not enough level 1 mobs for you to kill to get to level 2. And you're just stuck with yellow cons, and when you get to level 2, even cons for a period of time. Bit of a pain in the arse. Okay, right, let's I don't even need to memorise heal, really, do I? I think there's a thing. I'm not sure completely of all the mechanics of the PvP server. I'm not sure how buffing works, for example. You know, if you're able to do sort of flyby buffing on people, I'm not sure how that works. Or if you need to be in a group. I can't imagine why you wouldn't be able to buff people. Not sure. We'll have to see when it happens, I guess. Okay, let's go and find my corpse. Just they definitely need to fill this bit here with a few more decaying skeletons and null pups, that kind of thing. Although it wasn't doing too bad against that yellow con there. We'll have a look around the corner there, see if I can find some something. Just well, the aggro kind of radius there, because I think these are threatening, these guys. Yeah, the aggro radius there, or the aggro, yeah, it just seemed pretty quick, pretty shit hot. I don't know if the aggro situation is different on red here, but I'm struggling for things to kill at the moment, which is a bit of a pain. Oh, there we go. Okay. I was hoping to get this stuff up at the weekend. My recording schedule has been a bit crap since Christmas. Between Christmas and sort of the first quarter of the year from Christmas, you know, we've got a lot of birthdays and stuff in the family, so weekends it's kind of quite difficult to find spare time and whatnot to or a moment to sort of do some recording. This weekend, as I said, I was hoping to start this on Friday just gone, but we actually ended up going to New Forest in the end, just for a weekend away. That was pretty awesome. It's quite weird, you go to sort of travel 120 miles from where you live, not that far particularly, in the same country, but it's just a different world there, really. I don't know if anyone's heard about it. I can't remember which king it was. I probably should have swatted up a bit before I started talking about it, but I think it was essentially was created by an English king because he liked to hunt, essentially. Filled it with deer, and away you go, you know, as they did in those days. But yeah, it's just a different world. I mean, living in the southeast of England, where, I mean, England generally is pretty crowded. You know, it's difficult to. I mean, there are a lot of beautiful spots in it, but at the same time, you know, there's a lot of people and a lot of just a lot of urban areas, I would say. Yeah. So it's strange going to a place that's mostly forested, you know, and people kind of live in the forest. It's it's quite weird. We had things like you got like horses and ponies and donkeys and stuff running around just freely, sort of wild, basically. I think they're managed to a certain extent, but it's pretty amazing when you think that probably 150 years ago, horses probably quite a common sight in even London, but nowadays you're lucky to spot one unless you go out into the rural areas a bit. And we got stuck in a traffic jam because of horses, and the horses were in the traffic jam. It was just so, it was completely surreal. We were in a traffic jam. There was a horse at the front, then there was a car, then there was a horse, then there was a couple of cars, then there was us, and horses were kind of coming off the side and moving into indicating, taking their place in a traffic jam, walking along. It was extremely odd, but pretty funny at the same time. It seems okay from what I can tell. I've only killed a few mobs, but XP was not going as quickly as I was thinking that it might do. I'm pretty sure there is still a bonus on here, but it does kind of scale downwards as you level. But yeah, it's what I'll probably do is put turn the Dux UI on at some point just to get a bit more information about that kind of thing. Right, let's head round to. I've met no one still, no one to kill me, and no one to buff me or to give me any stuff so far. I'm just I'm going it alone. So let's go and have a look at. And just round here, there's a place where I kind of normally spend a few levels when I've played a barbarian before. I'm sure I've recorded it just round here. I say just round here, not actually just here, but a bit further around. Yeah, there's just a nice little section, big open area where you get skeletons and gnolls and stuff wandering around. Quite a lot of ice goblins as well, but I think they're probably going to be too high level for me at level 1. White wolf, they're all yellow cons. Let's head round here. I think it's just over here actually. That'll probably be the Vengeful Lyricist. Yeah, that's oh god damn it. Let's get out of his way, let him pass by. Is he going to aggro me? I don't think so. Let's run. I'll come back and get him at some point, definitely. Right, okay, so we're looking for some stuff, shit to kill. There we go. It's weird starting off and you literally just got your beginner's club, nothing else. that's all you've got. And of course I'm playing Shaman again, so I'm kind of going through the which is fine, that's kind of what I want to do, but I've got to go through the slow levels, up to level 24 and whatnot, before you start getting a few interesting spells. Okay, right, here we go. Now, stuff to kill, please. Nice goblin diver, that's no good, but a nice goblin whelp is awesome. Okay, let's turn the sound up a bit. There we go. I do like to hear the wind blowing. Okay, so I haven't been killed still yet, but I can only assume that's purely down to the fact there's no one here. A skeleton as well. Okay, so there's a few more mobs about my level here. That should help out. And actually, there's a gnoll up there with a weapon. I'll certainly be giving that a go. Should put him over to the side, really. I don't know what I'm doing. Something will come along and kill me. Oh, it's so painful starting off with nothing. It's these first few levels until you build up some offensive skills and whatnot a bit. It's so painful, as you all know, I'm sure. Oh, here we go. Right. Hey, I've got a weapon to sell. Woohoo! Okay. I don't know what the economy's like on this server, whether it's the same or completely different to Blue. I would imagine to a certain extent, because there are so few people, there's certain things it's easier to camp, get hold of. I would imagine a lot of the. I think the server. Oh, a little backpack, awesome. A little belt pouch. I think the server is probably even more top heavy in the sense that there's a lot of people at the top you know, majority of people on the server at the top. So I would guess, you know, you reach a certain point, there are a lot of the dungeons probably contain a lot of PvP, I would guess. You know, you get up into the 50s in some of the high level dungeons. Yeah, going to be pretty tricky up there. I kind of wanted to show you, this was going to be a pretty quick introduction video to show you me leveling up to level 2 and maybe dying, getting killed by someone and getting griefed off, you know. Yeah, but it's taken longer to find mobs than I thought it would. Here we go though, we're nearly there. What we got? Oh, this is the one. I'm almost going to ding. Almost. Come on. Ah, oh, you smoke. Ah, oh, it's so frustrating. And you get 10 whiffs in a row. Come on. There we go. Level 2. Oh, that's interesting. You don't get the. That's how hardcore this server is. You don't get the little light show when you level up. Awesome. Okay, so the ice goblins there are still yellow cons. The bears and the wolves are now even cons. Maybe I can take a few of those. Anyway, guys, I'll end this video here. This has been, I've kind of recreated Mugwort on the red server just to give it a go. I'm not sure how long it will last. Maybe a while. I'm still playing other stuff. The great thing with, I think, with the situation here is that you can kind of two box. You can have a red client and a blue client running at the same time. That's perfectly legit, I believe. If it's not, obviously, you'll see me banned pretty soon. Not that I'm doing it at the moment, but I'm planning on doing it. I think that's perfectly fine. So yeah, so you can kind of, I can do some stuff with Mugwort on blue. That sort of 6-minute bard diet, and I can run around fighting on red as well. Both shamans, glutton for punishment. There you go. Anyway, guys, this has been me on red. I'll keep you updated, let you know how it's going. If nothing else, it will be a chance for me to try and oh, getting absolutely hammered by this now. Yeah, to come up as many recognisable, interesting titles with red in the title as possible for the videos. Anyway, guys, thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you again soon.